Hello everyone, Turtleags here bringing you another AFK Journey video. Today I'm going to be talking about Smokey, one of the 3 premium healers, S-rank healers that we have in the game. Smokey is a healer that a lot of people use and for good reason, and I'm today going to talk about why that is. First I will go over his kit. Next I will go over one of the many optimal team combinations with Smokey as the primary healer. And then finally, I will wrap things up with a couple showcases to basically illustrate Smokey's kit. That way you all can understand what I'm talking about. So let's go over his kit first, starting off with his ultimate. So his ultimate is called Special Aroma. It basically, as I read this, after a battle begins, Smokey will create an aroma within 2 tiles and keep it going through channeling. While the aroma is around, Smokey and Mirky recover 50 energy per second, and allies within the aroma recover 21% HP per second. So basically, in order for Smokey to heal his teammates, his teammates need to be positioned within the radius of this aroma. It'll look like a yellow aroma, or like a yellow dust cloud or yellow scent cloud, if you will. Yes. And then Smokey and Mirky cannot keep the aroma going when affected by crowd effects and can't create the aroma in 4 seconds. So I would say this is probably Smokey's biggest weakness, in the sense that when he gets crowd controlled, you really can't proceed and clear the stage. It's just not possible. Unless you're able to defeat the enemy first. But he is a very good healer that can generate energy for himself. Okay, so now going over energizing formula. Smokey increases the attack of allies within the aroma by 16%. And so that's why some people say that Smokey is kind of an offensive healer, because he is someone who heals and also boosts the damage output of your party. And this can matter more if you're trying to push for a higher score on Dream Realm, for instance. Smokey recovers 5 additional energy per second for every non-summoned ally affected. Now the thing about Smokey is that the more of your allies get KO'd, the less he does for your team. So it's kind of like, once an ally dies, things start to go downhill in terms of the value he generates. And that will be, you will understand what I mean when I talk more of his kit. Yeah, and then the additional levels. So he generates energy for allies, kind of like Rowan. Nowhere near as much energy as Rowan, maybe like 20% as much as what Rowan provides in terms of energy, which, by the way, is the resource you generate in order to cast your ultimate. But yes, he provides a little bit of energy, and more importantly increases the attack of everyone in your party, so long as they are within the yellow smoky aroma. Now for quick recovery, Smokey will heal allies within the aroma by 90% HP, and this scales with his attack. Okay. Now hero focus, this is his let me see. I believe. Yeah, okay. So hero focus, Smokey and Mirky increase their attack by 6% during battle, which will help with his healing output. If 3 or more non-summoned allies other than Smokey are within the aroma, they increase their attack by an additional 9%. And so that's why I was saying earlier that you really want to have all your teammates alive. And for this reason, I do believe, especially when you're pushing further content, I highly recommend having Smokey, at the minimum, being partnered up with someone like Rowan. A lot of people in PvP do partner Smokey up with Rowan for the maximum amount of energy generation and also the attack boost provided by Smokey. I do see that a lot. Alright, so now once you get him to Mythic Plus or higher, this is when everything flows together. It will really make Smokey a better healer. The special aroma gains the 3rd upgrading effect, extending the skill range effect by 1 tile. So basically increasing the radius of the aroma so that you can have your party further spread out across the map and still be within healing range. The aroma will be enhanced for 10 seconds when this skill gets the 3rd upgrade for the first time, making the enemies in this skill range lose 12% of their max HP per second. Yeah, so there is a point in time, I believe it glows blue when it happens, and it I believe has an even wider radius than the aroma, where anyone within that blue like aura any enemy within that blue aura will start losing 12% of their max HP per second. And so this is kind of additional damage. This is his EX weapon. Now, this might not always apply because sometimes, generally speaking, Smokey keeps a safe distance away from the enemy. So I don't know, you might want to bring Smokey a little closer to the front if you want the realm boss, for example, to be within this range. The max amount of lost HP is no more than 200% of Smokey's attack. Okay, well, it's capped anyways, so, but still pretty good. Enhanced Force, the healing amount is increased by 30% when Smokey uses Special Aroma. You can also use Rainier to teleport Smokey closer to the boss. Attack Fox, thank you for that cool mechanic. That's awesome. I actually didn't know that, so now we learned something new there. So yeah, the healing amount is increased by 30% when Smokey is using Special Aroma. This is actually huge. When you get Supreme Plus for Smokey, which is essentially 8 copies of Smokey, his healing jumps from 21% to 51%. You more than double his healing potential, if I'm reading this right. Yeah, so if you have him Supreme Plus, or if you are considering it, I would highly recommend it, because this will make it so that you could actually make Smokey a solo healer if you want to free up the other slot for another damage dealer or another tank. Yeah, so anyways, now that we've gone over his kit, let me go over one of what I believe to be the most optimal Smokey teams. And this is actually a team that is very good in the Realm Boss. So this is basically, you have Smokey, the premium healer, you have Thorin, the tank, you have Cessia, one of the best DPSs in the game, you have Odie, the secret six star, the goat, the basically the Dream Realm destroyer, and then you have Coco on the very right. Sorry, I'm going left to right, by the way. And then you have Coco, the very right, who is able to, with her ultimate, mitigate damage, basically do a 45% damage reduction for your entire party for 12 seconds. Also a secret 6-star. So let's go ahead and try this team out, and I will kind of go over attack formations, and we'll have fun watching how it turns out. So I am pretty high up on the AFK stages. I filmed probably like 4 guides before this one, so we are pretty high up here, and so for that reason, having Coco on our team is going to really help out with the survivability of our team. So let's go ahead and enter the stage here. So let me go ahead and get the team formation in order. Smokey. That's Odie. Time for work again, yep. Smokey right behind Thorin. If you want to know why I'm parking him behind Thorin, I will release a Thorin video soon that will explain why. You see that glowing bond between them. It helps a lot. And then finally, Coco, we'll have her kind of in the middle. Coco. Actually, I think we'll have her off to the side. So we'll kind of do like this formation here. Okay. So I think what we'll do... So you actually have several options when it comes to spells. You can turtle up with the Iron Wall spell, you can lock down their position with the Confining spell, or you can burst them down with the Star Shard spell. All three of these there's merit to running them. Those will be the optimal spells. In my case, because I'm very high up on the AFK stages, I do want my teammates to not die, and so I'm going to use the Iron Wall spell, which will increase our energy generation, add a shield to the frontmost unit, who will be Thorin, and it'll increase the vitality of our team. So let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, so that's the yellow aura. Thankfully everyone is within the aura, so they are getting the full attack buff, which I believe was around like 15 or 17%. Doing very well. Yep. And now we have our Coco's damage mitigation there. Oh, and when you have Coco Supreme Plus, she also grants a shield, or Mythic Plus rather, so that's really nice. Easy, guys, easy. Yeah. So that's kind of how a really well put together Smokey team will look like. If we kind of look at the results here, as you can see, Carolina and Smokey both did incredible damage. Carolina did a little bit more because she not only crowd controls but also does splash damage. And you saw how much damage Smokey took. Remember, when you have Smokey at Supreme Plus, he's healing out of his mind. So, it's really going to help out. And of course, Coco coming in clutch with her shields, and her 45% damage reduction, it really makes a difference. So we'll go ahead and do another showcase. We'll keep pushing up here. Okay, so same thing. Now this is kind of interesting because there's a wall. Thankfully, because everyone is ranged, walls kind of don't really matter that much. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Now this is a tougher stage. We are climbing the ladder, so the heals are kind of monka, but so long as all five... Okay, and we got Coco's ultimate. Yep, damage mitigation. Now we should be smooth sailing. Although I think Thorin died. So this could be Monka-esque, but with Coco, the 45% damage mitigation, she is kind of serving as a pseudo heal. Oh, that blue range there. Yeah, the blue smoke. Did you see that on the outer edges? That was after casting that, whatever, I forget the name, for the third time. Then Smokey starts doing damage. So you notice how Smokey ended up doing quite a bit of damage. And that's because he was leeching 16% of their max HP per second. Yeah. Yeah, so even though our Thorin died, now this is a much tougher stage, so they are hitting us way harder. But, still pretty good. And as you can see on the right-hand side, Thorin and Smokey really took a lot of damage there. So I think that is about it for this video. If you enjoy content like this, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I do live stream most days on twitch.tv/turtlelags, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys.